South Carolina, 7.5 wins. Only one less, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's take a look at their losses. Honestly, their losses were more had to do with their experienced players. I know they lost both of their running backs to just graduation. I don't know if they actually got signed anywhere. They might have, like undrafted. But
Raheem, yeah.
they had some. I mean, those guys had experience and they were good. They were downhill runners, and they knew how to get open. It's going to be tough. I mean, you lose two experienced players in a very notable position. Now, they also, South Carolina, weirdly, has a ton of incoming transfers. Rasul Faison, Aaron Noland are the big names that I see stand out to me. What do you see in South Carolina, the biggest moves that they've made?
Yeah, they addressed the running back in the transfer portal. What's funny is they got what's it called? Jadeveon Clowney's cousin, Demon Clowney. I don't know how to pronounce his first name. It is spelled like Demon,
but yeah, it's spelled Demon, right?
Yeah, it is spelled Demon. It was pretty cool.
We're gonna look that
Yeah,
up.
it might be Demon. But yeah, I mean, I do think South Carolina has they got Lenore Sellers, who's like apparently a Heisman candidate sleeper. He's really fun to watch. I love their head coach. I really do. They were like, supposed to be like they felt like they got snubbed in the college football playoffs, understandably. And then they got Nick Harbor, the receiver out of DC, speedster, track star. We'll see if he picks it up this year. He does need to. If they want to get over that 7.5 total, he does need to. But to be honest, like saying all that, I am gonna lean more towards the under. Just because I see a team like Clemson on their schedule, who I think is going to take a jump this year, and I think Klubnik's going to do pretty damn well. Oklahoma, Alabama at home too. LSU, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M all away. Missouri as well. They got to play them away. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the under here, unfortunately. They lost a lot, man. Nick Emmanuel was a big piece of their defense. Demetrius Knight Jr. was a big piece of their defense. Kyle Kennard, another linebacker who held it down for them.
I'm going to be honest with you. Shane Beamer, I'm not a huge fan. Wasn't a huge fan of the hire either. And I thought in the bowl game, like his true colors came out against Illinois. He is too emotional of a head coach for me. And when I see emotional head coaches, I see vulnerability on play calling. Let's take a look at their away games. That's what I want to start out with. I got LSU on the road, even Missouri. I didn't highlight it, but Ole Miss and Texas A&M, real difficult. There's also this recurring theme I'm seeing, and you'll start noticing this too in a lot of SEC schools. There's like 3 or 4 away games, and that's it. I don't know what happened with SEC favorability on some of these teams. 4 away games, 3 of them are pretty tough. You also, down the stretch at the end of your season, South Carolina has to play Clemson every year. That sucks. I mean, obviously for them, but at least they get to host them this year. And then they also have Alabama and Oklahoma to host. So this 7.5, it doesn't raise concerns for me. It raises flags as to why it's so high with this difficult of a schedule. Lenore Sellers is an excellent quarterback. So your question becomes, as a viewer, whether you feel like Lenore Sellers is talented enough to get them over the hump. I think he is. I have him over on the 7.5, even though I do not like Shane Beamer at the helm. So I'm going to take them over. I got them at 8 wins total. I think out of those 6, they realistically will win 2. And then the rest of their schedule is kind of like gimmies, Virginia Tech, SC State at home. I mean, whatever. Vanderbilt, obviously. I know Diego Pavia is an issue. Kentucky, Coastal Carolina. The schedule is not very difficult on the, for those six games. What do you think? Do you have them on the over or under?
Yeah, I'm going under. I mean, like we highlighted like 7 games on here. We didn't highlight Missouri, which I do think should be highlighted. But that's 7 games right there that I think.
It's 8. Yeah, it's 8. Out of those 6 games that I highlighted, they only need to win 2. As long as they win the other 6. That's the question.
Yeah, I don't see
you
that.
Trust them to get one only? I mean, it's fair. It's fair. It's a tough schedule. I mean, it's a real tough schedule.
It is, man. LSU made some moves. Ole Miss made some moves. Maybe they steal one against Texas A&M. Oklahoma's a great team. Alabama's
they're going to be
still Bama. Like, you think so? They are?
They'll beat them. They almost beat them last year. They should have beat them last year.
We got to clip that. Yeah. We need to clip that and then
That's
come that game.
This year. Oh, yeah. Put money on South. Are you kidding me? Dude, the fight they put up last year.
No, I love that program. I really do. I'm a big fan of Nick Harbor and Lenoris. Like I just told you, I like the coach. I think he's a player's coach. He's passionate. You call it emotional. I call it passionate. But yeah.
There's a difference because you can see Nick Saban get passionate, but he never got emotional.
He was a dog, man.